Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Trader Talks, and today we're focusing on US home builders. For those that are on the podcast and want to follow along on YouTube, the link is in the bio. We've got a few markets to look at today, so it'll be a slightly longer episode, 6 in particular. Please do remember, of course, the presentation is for educational purposes only. It should not be taken as investment advice, personal recommendation, or an offer of or solicitation to buy or sell any financial instruments. If you're joining for the first time to one of these sessions, we'll start by discussing what's happened, what could happen. We'll look at the charts as well from a technical point of view. But I got a message from our editor-in-chief who said maybe home builders are worth having a little look at. They seem quite interesting at the moment. Sam, let me know what you think about the chart. So he sent over a series of names. And for me right now, they're all at such an interesting level. This isn't me saying they're definitely going higher or lower, but they're at a key point. And I think sentiment could change basically whether it goes above or below a resistance level. I feel like it's a very critical point right now for the US home builders. Some of the struggles that they've had, we've had obviously high mortgage rates, we've had rising construction costs, and that's really has hindered recent performance. We've had the economic uncertainty, we've had rising inflation in previous years, and that hasn't helped either. You chuck in the tariff concerns as well. Jerome Powell's already said rates would have been lower if it wasn't for the tariffs. So can lower rates give them the spark they need to push on? We're starting to price in more and more Fed rate cuts this year as the market starts to price that in. And if it comes to fruition, maybe US home builders are in a nice place to benefit for that. Long-term demand still remains relatively strong. And those previous worries of high rates, rising costs, and economic uncertainty seem to be ending at the right time. And as I mentioned at the beginning, there's a technical bullish pattern appearing on many of these names that look quite interesting. So with that said, let's get into it. The first one that I want to look at here is Toll, and you can see just how we've traded recently. This is one that's really actually been probably leading the pack from the 6 names that I'm going to go to since the low in mid-April. It's already up 35%, but you can see right now it's at such a important zone, I would say. For the short-term traders out there, it's probably a level they would have looked to have taken profit, and they would have done so at the beginning of July. You can see that reaction there. It comes into resistance, goes lower. What's quite nice about it is we've already started to push back up. We're knocking on that door, and there's an argument to say it breaks through that. Why can't it then go back up to 139 as well? And also what I really like about this chart is just the way it behaved on its way up. So we have a support level here. Remember, if you're on the podcast, the YouTube link is in the bio. Support at 102, we break down. Then we come back to it, sellers take over. We then get above it, and it acts as that floor for that push to the upside. So the levels have already been respected. You go back even to the beginning of this year and last year, levels have been respected multiple times. The key technical levels are pretty obvious as well. So for the next leg here, the key sentiment line in the sand, 121, resembles that. And I'll be keeping a close watch to see how that develops. The next chart that I wanted to go through, and I'm just reading out the codes here, Lennar Corp. You can see I've already got a level marked up, and it could not be done at a better time if you want to get a little gauge for this particular market. Look at that, 115. It's so key. We had support back in February. I'm actually getting a bit excited talking about these charts because these are patterns that I love to see, where you have a previous support level breaks through. We then get clear resistance, which sends it lower. Clear resistance sends it lower. But now we're coming back up to it. And if you think just from a sentiment point of view, if you're a seller in and around this red rectangle here, your stop loss is really where X is. You don't want to see it go back above there. That's the area you're defending. So on the flip side, if you're bullish, what you would love to see is break above that. Whether it sort of comes back to support level or not, we'll just wait and see. But that could be then the key for that next move to the upside. In terms of levels for this particular stock, I would be keeping an eye on 128 in the midterm. But the real sort of key one, I feel, is a zone in and around sort of 140 to 145. That would be an obvious midterm level that I think people would look at. But a nice base, it held support very well historically, going back to the low that we had November 2023 was the low of April this year. So another chart that has been fairly well respected and is at a critical point. We're next going to go through, I've got these all written down in front of me, DR Horton. Look at this. It's similar chart, isn't it? Look at that. This is basically what has happened or was happening on Lennar. You've got an area of support, 1 test, 2 test, breaks through it. So in theory, 133 to act as resistance. Guess what? It does. And we drag that across. We come back again. And now look, we're above it. We retest it. And that push to the upside starts. And the sort of the next historical resistance level that I would now be keeping a watch on would be 158 and 122. So, okay, a few of them are now above their 100-day moving average. A few of them are above historical resistance levels with technical patterns that all look good. They're all moving in the same way. Is this the start for that next leg higher, or is it not so much a dead cat bounce, but is it a false break? Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Let me know what other assets you're looking at, and also let me know what else you want to have a look at. The next chart for us to go through, LGI Homes, and you can see this one's probably a little bit further off than the level that I would really be interested in saying, you know what, this feels like it is ready to push higher. We're still a little bit away from that, and when I look at the this on a sort of a weekly time frame, you can see it has really been beaten down. And also, I don't know. I mean, maybe if you wanted to be a little bit more risky, you could argue that this whole sort of resistance zone here, we broke above, we came down. I mean, there will be some people out there that would probably be looking at this as a sort of, that was the entry point here. They're targeting up to $67. Stop below the low. Risk reward's okay, isn't it? It's 4 to 1, and you can, that might be the first target, and then people look to ride out to 84. The safer play, I think, for a lot of people maybe looking at this would be, can we get above $68 for LGIH? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, the next one, KBH, another stock list on the NYSE here. KB Home. And similar, right? Well, whilst it hasn't been as beaten down as the others, we have a similar area of what is resistance. 1, 2, breakthrough, comes back, finds resistance 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 last week. Okay, well, what happens once we break above that? Those sellers that have been dominating this move to the downside, they don't want to be in it anymore. So a break of that would probably give the bulls a lot more confidence. And in terms of levels that they would then be looking at, I suppose the sort of the key zone where we have a very, really, really nice historical reaction is around 73.95, and then you are actually looking towards that previous all-time high. There is one more that I wanted to go through, PHM. Let me just give this a type in there. Pultegroup. Hopefully I'm saying that right, but this one looks majestic, doesn't it? It's already sort of giving you the indication it's broken higher. It's already retested our key support historical levels that a lot of them are trying to get above now. Comes down, retests, 100-day moving average as well, push on. Okay, where would that next area be? Well, how about this point here where you've got strong resistance from March 2024, then support in August last year, support in October last year, resistance in January this year. So above there, you'd have to argue that the next move would be to the all-time high. So in summary, with rates coming down and inflation seems to be a little bit under control, our home builders now set for that next leg to the upside. Let me know what you're all thinking. Technically speaking, some are ready, some are almost ready, but let me know what you think. Take care, and I'll see you on the next episode.